Happy birthday if it's your birthday, happy belated birthday if it's in the past, happy future birthday if it's in the future. My name is Limebrain, and welcome back to the Out of Time podcast. This is the podcast where you suggest games that I've never played before, and I play them for the first time ever. Last time it was the first episode ever of Battle Network Mega Man, that game, and I had a really fun time with it. More so than I ever thought I would. And I think I really undersold how much fun I was. I couldn't put the game down. I played all of last episode and all of this episode just in one setting, and I even played a little after. I watched the anime, like I said. I feel like as much as 4Kids, took out of, anime, censored. They took rice balls and they turned them into sandwiches. He turned them into jelly-filled donuts. They still kind of created, a community. I feel like, they made. I feel like Pokemon wouldn't have been as such a big thing as it is now. The biggest franchise in the world without 4Kids. It's bigger than Mickey Mouse. I don't feel like I'm speaking too far out of line when I'm saying that. Pokemon Forever, 4Kids even went out of their way, and they're like, hey, do you want us to add more hints that Professor Oak is Sammy? And a Pokemon company, they're like, yeah, go ahead. Tying it back into Mega Man, this game was actually inspired by Pokemon, which is kind of wild to me, because besides being an RPG, there's not really too many Pokemon-esque things. Like I said before, it's more inspired by Digimon, I would have to say. Especially this man here. Look at him. The teacher we'll get to see later on. He kind of looks like Tai Kamiya, or Tai Chi, as he's known in Japanese dub. I don't think 4Kids did I do not believe 4Kids did the Digimon English dub. But we'll jump into it. Check the notes. I dove into... Is it called the internet when you dive into the world? Or jack in? But I jumped in through Meilu's doll thing. And then I found out Old Man Tai from Digimon is up to no good. Because he storms up to the front gates of the school and he's like, hee hee hee. The next day, Lane's running late for school, and Yai, she calls us and she's like, I filled in for you during roll call. Has that ever happened to you where you got a good buddy and they're like, oh, I'll say your name during roll call. How does that even work? They say, Lan. And someone's just like, here. Like, doesn't the teacher look and see that's not you? I'm not I'm not so sure. You check your mail, and student crime is on the rise. It's a fairly strange thing. If you go to the nurse's office, you can get a Recuv 50G. And then I switched out a Recuv 10 for Recuv 50. The new teacher, his name's Mr. Higsby. He collects battle chips. Now this is another thing I wanted to touch on. It's kind of weird. The school doesn't teach like school stuff. It teaches like how to bust viruses. I believe in the anime they taught school stuff. Kind of makes you wonder if everyone. I feel like because everyone is super, no one will be, you know? Like, what makes Mega Man any more different from, like, anyone else, you know? Even later, or was it later or earlier? Yeah, Madam Yai calls Mega Man Boomer Net Navi. So why is Mega Man special? Is it just because we use him good? I'm not sure. Chalkboards entirely are erased. So we know this takes place at least sometime like between now or a little before now and into the future. Because when I went to school, I must have been like one of the last generation to have chalkboards. And I wrote, Navis have to erase your scribbles. How do you think they feel about that? Dex won't fight until he has to fix up Gutsman. Now when you beat a Net Navi in a battle, they just get erased, deleted. Now is this a new Gutsman every time? Mr. Higsby is setting up his first class. And then, uh-oh. I haven't write down. The one teacher whose name I didn't write down. She disappears. Mr. Higsby says she's at the nurse's office. And then propaganda starts appearing on the screen. So World 3, they say, you must start performing student crime and obey World 3. And then the doors lock. And it's like, you must heed our command. And honestly, if you're in that situation, that's kind of scary. Like, imagine if there's no Net Navis, it's like, what do you do? I guess call someone on your cell phone? What you gotta do is you gotta put Mega Man into the chalkboard. But Melu will give you a roll chip. I switched it out for a mini bomb. And then you just kind of run along with Mega Man. And then you come across a gate. And the gate will only give away if you know how many chairs are in 5A. So I like this part. It's like, that's why the original episode of the anime stuck in my head. You know, you gotta switch between Mega Man and Lan. It's like, oh, you know, one's fighting in the real world and one's fighting in the digital world. So Elaine's got to figure out how many chairs are in the real world, and that will help Mega Man scurry along. And then it's like, oh, and then that's when I found out all these digital monsters I've been beating, they drop things. I thought I was just getting money. I've been getting chips all along. That's where the Mega Man part comes into play. Because you beat things and then you get their chip. And then you run across another gate and it's like, how many volumes of the history of the world are there? I'm like, so I go around all the classroom and there's nothing about the history of the world. Only then it's like the doors aren't locked and you can go into like the library. And then it's like 40 or something. You tell Mega Man, and then you get to the poo-poo puzzle, and it's like, what's the hint for this one? Oh, there is no hint. And you just got look at the thumbnail. The thumbnail tells all. So it's like you gotta put in a code. The code is you enter 50. That's too high. Okay, how about 40? Oh, that's too low. How about 45? That's too high. We're changing the first digit. How about 60? Oh, that's too high. Changing the second digit. And then you try that like for 7 minutes. And then you finally get past. And then and then you run across another thing. It's like, how many doors are there? And you're like, oh, well, let's just run around with land. And the school opens up like even more. And then there's like, oh, 15, I guess. And then Mega Man freezes. And he's like, go to the AV club. I didn't even know there was an AV club. And you run along with Lan, and Mr. Higsby comes out of this one room, so that's gotta be the AV club. And I wasn't really sure where to even click on, so I just clicked on a bunch of stuff, and you gotta click on a laptop, and that helps Mega Man, I guess. It was a frozen computer, so Mega Man froze. And there's another no hint, no passcode thing, and it's like 60, no, too high. 40, no, too low. Resetting the passcode of the second digit, and then you gotta sit there for 20 minutes or something crazy. And then there's another one of those, and then that one is in front of a boss door, or in front of the boss himself. And then it's Mr. Higsby. Well, actually, I skipped something. You have to walk along and you find the teacher like tied up in the back. Miss Mari, I think her name is. And it's like, uh-oh. And then you have to help her, and then get an ID card, and then go beep beep. And then she's like, thank you so much. And then Mr. Higsby's like, I will do anything for rare chips, I guess. Even help like terrorists, actually. And then he says, meet Number Man. And then I was like Number Man? And Number Man is like super crazy, and I didn't want to like use my chips on the boulders he was hurling, so I died. And then uh-oh, I didn't save. Since, hold on, let me see how long I haven't saved. Since Mega Man's like, just a little bite. And so, this is one of those games. So, you have to go see what Old Man Ty from Digimon Z's up to no good. You have to hear fill in during roll call. You have to switch out Recuv 10 for Recuv 50. Mr. Higsby, he likes to collect battle chips, chalkboards, mini bombs. How many chairs? It's too high, 60. How about too low at 20? How about too high at 70, but too low at 65? And you have to do that 3 more times to even get a shot at Number Man again. And don't forget, there's one of those right in front of him. So you can't save after you do the last one. You just need to do it every time you lose to Number Man. So I switched out Spreader for X Panel 1. I don't even know how many times I lost to Number Man, but it had to be over 5. But I finally beat him. And like I said, I watched the anime episode for episode 2, and there was no trains so far. So they finally mentioned the metro line, so I was like, I want to get a taste of the metro line. So I went along to the metro line. He said there's a rock slide, and Mega Man's like, let's just go home and check about it on the news. And you go home, and you can't go that way until Dex, you get Dex's permission or something. So I go to Dex, and his area has like rice balls, and he's like, I'll trade you my thing for a chip. And I was like, how about not? And I went to his computer, and I thought I was outsmarting him because I got his but you need like his slash thing, his, what was that called? I don't even know the technical talk. So you need to go get like a super cool chip, and at this point I got like a trophy around this part. It's like 100 battles. I upgrade my health like a whole bunch. I have 200 health. I upgrade my attack once. In one battle I learned roll totally misses enemies if the enemies jump too high, and you can just stand on cracked platforms forever if you just don't move. And then I gave Dex his thing he wanted, his special chip. He's like, alright, let's fight again with Gutsman. I fixed him. Then I beat him. No trouble, and then Lane's like, don't never tell me you're not giving me a link again. I was like, oh jeez. And it's just a computer link. Calm down, Lane. And then you go into the computer, and then that leads into the Metro Line safety program. And that's where I left off. That seemed like a good place to leave off. So, what all happened? Mr. Higsby started a whole riot in his school. Now, people were saying that the World 3's plan was unsuccessful because they stopped it eventually. I have to say it was pretty successful. They at least had it going. Now, if it wasn't successful, it would be stopped before it even, happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got their plan across. They succeeded. Now, if any of the students will, go forth on the matter, then, their plan really would, happen. But, I don't know. The weird NPCs, I don't think they're gonna be, joining the ranks of, Number Man anytime soon. Maybe that would be a cool twist. We still haven't found out why Lan's oven is any importance. I hope there's no more of the guess the number puzzles. Fingers crossed. And any final thoughts? I hope we get to stop a train pretty soon here. Just like the anime. I hope we stop it with like 2 inches or 2 centimeters left. That's my hope for the future. What's your hope for the future? What do you think's gonna happen? Are you just with me for the ride? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching. I hope you had a very Mega Man day. I don't know. Are you a robot? Let me know that in the comments too. See you next time.